My name is Brian Cowan, Brian Keith Cowan, born in Farmington, New Mexico. I am 54 years old. I was born in 1969. I was born the same day that the first man landed on the moon. You know, interesting but useless fact. My current living situation is a tent that I posted up here at a former Enterprise Rent-A-Car and I heard on the radio this morning that the Albuquerque police they are not allowed to um, break down your tent or take your items or anything like that unless you're blocking a roadway or anything like that. So I thought this would be a great place, and so far it's been dynamite. I mean, me and my grandma my whole life. My brothers and sisters were all raised by my mom. I was the only one that was raised by my grandma. I don't know how that all went down. I don't even know, but it was a blessing that I was raised by my grandma. But we're poor. We grew up poor, man. I mean, my grandma. She did a dynamite job. She did the best she could. But bottom line is, shit. I was a welfare kid. I mean, I went to school with shitty clothes and I don't know. I don't know how that led into this necessarily, but my entire family's always been, you know, abusive to drugs and alcohol. I think that played a big part. And man, I swore I never was. Man, when I was growing up, I'd be like, man, I ain't never smoking cigarettes. I smell like smoke, and I was embarrassed in high school because the girls would smell the smoke. I ain't never smoking. I'll be damned. Next thing I know, I'm smoking cigarette. Next thing I know, I'm drinking beer. Damn, what the hell? You were never going to do this. And so I guess I don't really have an answer for how it ended up this way, but my intentions were I always had good intentions, but like my daughter's mom said, she don't give a damn about your intentions. It's that kind of wrecked me, but because I always said, "Oh, I didn't intend to do that. I didn't intend. It was. Oh, I didn't intend to." She said, "I don't give a damn about your intentions." So, no, unfortunately, I lost my mom a little over a year ago, but I was able to spend 6 months with her. Prior to losing her, and it was wonderful because there was no one there for her to help her with laundry or getting groceries and man, I'll tell you what, it was a blessing because I really felt like I had like a purpose, like, it kind of gave me some drive, and it was awesome. But we had a great relationship and I miss her a lot, but yeah, it was yeah, it was fun. It was nothing crazy or out of the ordinary or anything. It was just her. Just time passed. I have a brother. He passed the same year as my mom, um, and he's only 2 years older than me. But he has some health issues. He was a very heavy guy, and he abused himself, kind of somewhat like I do, but he lost his wife, and with less than a year, he passed himself. And like I said, he was only 2 years older than me, so way too young to go. He was my only brother. I have three sisters. All of them are still alive. Um, One I'm very, very close to. One of them was adopted, but she was adopted by my uncle, so she grew up as my cousin. So it's kind of a weird deal, but by blood she is my sister, but we don't really stay in contact. And the third, she's just kind of on the loose out there, you know. So, I mean, I love when I can make contact with her, but it's not very often.
Do they know your situation?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. 100%. And I mean, yeah, it's unconditional, 100%. I mean, I spent several years with my sister in Wichita, Kansas. Not really with her, but I went up there because I needed her, and she was right there. And I mean, I, I got out of the mess. You know what I mean? I mean, I've escaped this mess before in the past, and that was that was one of the times. 30 years. Lived in my car. You know, I mean, there was periods. I'm not going to say it was 100% the entire 30 years, but yeah, there was periods where I would have a great apartment and a great job and everything would be dynamite. But I have never held a job for longer than 1 year. Only 3 jobs in my life that I've held longer than 1 year. Never held one more than 2 years. And I have had more opportunities than than anybody could ever want in their entire life. And I'm ashamed of that. I'm ashamed of that because I've blown some opportunities. I was making $80,000 at 22 years old. I was really, really freaked out. And I can tell you the worst part about it was I was, um, I was propositioned by, because I stayed in the park, right? And I was completely unaware. I was young. I was like 23 years old. And then, um, some people kind of befriended me or whatever, and I thought they were cool or whatever. And then, maybe we drank a little or whatever. And then next thing I know, they're propositioning me, and it was almost a force kind of thing, and it scared the hell out of me, man. And I called my brother, and I was crying and so upset, man. And he sent help, and and thank God, man. But I don't know. At that time I said, well, I'll never let this shit happen again, ever. Oh my God, I can't believe that. But I do not steal. I refuse. I'm a homeless man. I'm drunk. I use drugs, but I have integrity. My grandma taught me. She raised me. I know right from wrong. I refuse to steal. I, I have pride. I'm not ashamed to ask for help, and I've done so. But I'm not good with it. The guys with the signs and stuff. That's just not my style. I'd much rather knock on the door and say, "Hey, I'll rake your leaves or mow your lawn." Or absolutely, yeah, I sure have. Santa Fe has a place called Dynamite Place, and you know why? Because they're focused on the working man. Every other shelter, every other place you can take a shower, every other place you can get food. It's not for the working man, because if you're working, it's you. No, the hours are screwed. Like you can take a shower between the hours of 9 in the morning and noon. Well, if you're working, then it's no good for you. Focus on the working man. They'll work around your schedule, and it was a great place. They also were a blessing, and that was another time that I was able to. Yes, I did, but they refused to, um, like take me in as an inpatient kind of deal. They were like, but they, I'm grateful for them, man. It was dynamite, and of course they got paid for it, but um, it was the outpatient deal, but it was like 3 days a week, 4 hours, and I succeeded. And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, I stayed clean like 2 years. So yeah, I mean, I wish it would have been forever, but yeah, I did. Would be something spontaneous. I have a great relationship with God. He knows me like better than I know myself. So it would be something like that. Like, I don't know, is Michael Jackson really is he really a pedophile, or was that all bullshit? Did they just wreck him? I mean, something like that. I mean, seriously, I really, that's the kind of thing I would want to know. Stop. Snap the hell out of it. Whatever it is, a girl, drugs, whatever. I mean, because the stigma and the ridicule that you're placing on yourself is it's unmeasurable, man, and it'll bring you down, down, down more and more and more, because you know it's a full-time job just being homeless. I mean, it's everything you do. Bus, going to here, washing your clothes, whatever. Just trying to stay human is always a challenge, and the society is not. Dude, they're not going to help you. They're not going to be friendly about it. They hate our guts, and the reason is because of what you're saying. The some people. I mean, I don't know if they're doing it on purpose. I don't know what the hell's going on, but they just are not domesticated. I don't know. I don't know. It breaks my fucking heart, but it wrecks the homeless, because the people out here, they can't tell the difference between a thug, street thug, and a homeless person that would like to get off the streets. They cannot tell the difference. You're all one and the same, and it gets so discouraging that you don't even understanding, basically. Just understand that I do want to move on, and I'm capable of moving on. I'm a badass, dude. I am a badass. Dude, you have no idea. I promise you. My foot in the door, in 6 months, you will recognize Brian as Brian. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm a young man still. Man, I'm golden, dude. I can work circles around some of these fools, man. I mean, I just want the opportunity to be human, and given the opportunity, I'll shine. I got no doubt. Nothing at all. Understanding and support is all I ask. I mean, of course, I need those things are like necessary. A shower and being able to clean my clothes in order to work every day. That's all that's necessary. I don't need anything but your support, your understanding. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate you coming out, dude. Thanks for having me, and